Counselor? There's a raccoon stuck in the vending machine.
That's so annoying. I wanted a snack.
Welcome to Trail Mix.
Our mini episodes from Camp Counselors podcast.
Each week, the stories come from you, our Camp Shady Birch campers.
We want to hear your juicy gossip,
Top secret confessions,
embarrassing and scary stories,
and sprinkle in our sage counselor advice.
Trail Mix is for the campers.
And God, do we love ya. Hey, happy campers. Welcome back to Trail Mix.
This is our mini episode where we read listener-submitted stories, thanks to listeners like you.
Thank you. It's come to my attention that some of the campers are angry on the YouTube comments that some of the art behind my head was crooked for multiple episodes. To that, I say bite it. Get over it, okay?
Well, I think they're over it at this point because at this point, as we batch record this, it's probably been maybe 2 months.
What can
but yeah,
I do?
it was driving me nuts too, campers who watch us on YouTube. It was crooked. It was slightly crooked, slightly ajar. It was hard for us to see it, but easy for everyone else.
We're doing our best here. And speaking of doing our best, I had a sour morning that turned quite sweet.
Okay, let's talk about it.
We were supposed to go on a walk this morning and we got into a fight 20 feet outside of the house about rain, about scheduling for the day, and I just wanted to go on a walk. I like to do things with Jonathan that are not work related because I feel like everything we do is work related, and I think it's good to have time when we're not doing something work related.
Agreed.
One of my favorite things to do is to go on a walk in the morning to get a cup of iced coffee.
And maybe we'll see a little machine that's eating up the road and we'll ingest the fumes that are coming from the tar.
I really appreciate that time with you. And this morning, I feel like it was eaten up by things out of our control. And then by the time we finally got outside, it started to like actually rain.
It did.
And it was upsetting. And then I was like, whatever, I'm going to go alone. So you went back to the house. And then I went on a walk in the rain by myself without a jacket, without an umbrella, and without AirPods. Raw dogging it, you guys. But I was frustrated and I wanted to get my steps in. And the rain became so bad at some point that I had to pop my head into a cafe. Yes, I went to a little cafe by our house and sat in the window for 45 minutes with a cup of cold brew and almond milk.
Oh, a cuppa?
Yeah, a cuppa. No, it wasn't a plastic cup. And I looked out the window because I had no headphones, like I said before, and I just watched.
You watched the rain fall down.
It was very much Nora Jones in my head.
Oh.
Waited till I
See, that's the thing about you.
sun.
When you don't have AirPods, you make your own AirPods within your ears.
Don't know why I didn't come back. And I looked at the people around me. There was a man on his computer, and he could have been typing the next great American novel. I was too scared to ask, but he was like in it. He looked so writer. Like he looked writer. Like I looked at him, I said, author. Knock, knock, author alert. And then there was 2 women catching up over a cuppa, and they were laughing and giggling. And I would catch little slices of the conversation.
What did you catch?
Something about a party that weekend that didn't go as planned.
Oh.
Someone was coming home from a long trip.
Mm-hmm.
And
the typical.
Discourse about the family.
Of course. Like, girl, talk louder. Like, I can't hear you over here.
They were women of a certain pedigree and a certain age. There were these gorgeous women in their 50s. Just stunning.
Just playing catch up with each other.
And then there was the obvious people who just run in with their umbrellas for a quick cup and they leave just as fast as they came. And it was quite a way to see the dogs that would walk by and the people smoking cigarettes. And I just really enjoyed it. And it turned my sour grape into a candy apple, I'd say.
Oh, wow. So your sour apple is no more.
No, I felt like I was like, in this moment, I could be upset that I don't have headphones. I could glue myself to my iPhone. I said, no, I'm gonna role play. I'm gonna cosplay as a real human being that's not glued to their phone and just soak it in. And I was soaked at the end of it. I could feel it. I was wet with curiosity and wet with joy.
Well, I knew when it started pouring, I was like, oh no, I feel bad. He's out there probably walking in the rain, pissed off still. But quite the juxtaposition. I was in the kitchen, in the dark dungeon, sweating and frantically trying to put together a clip.
Well, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I will say this new cafe that's popped up around our neighborhood, it's unassuming. There's not much decor inside, but the pastry box is always stocked.
Have I been to the one you're talking about?
You haven't been, because this is the thing, Jonathan. I'm trying to get you out of the house more. Have you gone on one walk since we've been back?
Let me play devil's advocate. I agree, and I appreciate you trying to get me out of the house. But when you're not out of bed until 10ish, it's hard for me because I'm already up by like 6:45.
Then where's the
at the
excuse to walk at 6 or 7?
I'm in the middle. I'm right in the middle of my work, and I'm like, it's hard for me to walk away and then come back and like finish the job with. I know.
We gotta get an editor. We're working on it, you guys. Jonathan's gotta clock out of the editing. It's been 100 episodes. It's too much.
But I love it, and I love you guys, and I'll be your camp counselor forever.
We love it. And speaking of loving it, we have a lovely episode brought to you by viewers just like you. Thank you. I have a camper who's essentially a wedding plan spy.
Tale of deep dish revenge.
And a frisky camper who woke up to an even friskier mistake.
And a sultry serenade with an explosive end.
Let's get into it.
This is a really big secret. Thank God we're on a body of water. This is Confession Canoe.
Welcome back to Confession Canoe, campers. You need to confess something, get it off your chest, send it into campcounselorspodcast.com or campcounselorspod@gmail.com, and we will be your heavenly fathers. That was weird. I'm sorry. I've always wanted to wear a habit. Well, that's a nun. Anyways, let's get in. I don't want the collar. I don't like things around my neck like that. I get hot. It's too much.
And the robe, like, please, it's like too thick.
Yeah, is it
wool? I
wool?
guess nuns they have their okay, let's get into it.
Why are we doing this? Confession Canoe. Hi, happy counselors.
Hola.
I have been a dedicated camper since the very first episode and love the both of your TikToks. Thanks for doing what you do and making me giggle on my morning commute. I love that we're in the cars bright early in the morning.
Yeah, I wonder if there's any bus drivers listening to us.
Get it loud and proud for those crazy little kids.
Driver, bump this track.
I have a confession that I truly did not know was bad until very recently.
Tell us, Mama, this is a safe space.
Zachariah was talking about how his old coworkers was getting married and posted her wedding website, which, to be fair, is weird that she posted it, and I would totally creep on it if I had an old coworker that did that. However, this is where my confession truly starts. I am a nosy person on social media, especially when it comes to weddings and relationships. I love knowing who is in the wedding party, where people are getting married, etc. Did you know that you can simply Google The Knot, find a couple, and theknot.com will let you just put in someone's name and wedding month/year, and you can see the entire wedding website? So, if you don't know, campers, The Knot is like the biggest wedding compilation website, vendor planning website there is.
To me, I love The Knot, and I really love I love how they function as a company, but it does sound a little nautical to me, doesn't it?
It does, but the Knot works with influencers every year. They pay like 10 influencers, and they essentially pay for your entire wedding as long as they get like first looks and like first photos.
Our friend was in it in the magazine too, and she was right on the crease of the pages.
I know.
And her eyes were closed.
I know, but I'm pretty sure The Knot paid for her entire wedding.
They did.
So we might have to do that.
Planting seeds.
I feel like we will, or People Magazine will do exclusive behind the scenes.
Fine.
I know. And this is like, I'm going to be shady for a second. This is so shady. Can I be shady?
Yeah, but be careful.
No, I know somebody who got a wedding feature.
In what?
In People Magazine, and it's not who you're thinking, because you're thinking of a previous guest.
No, I'm not. I know you're not talking about her.
Because it's not.
I know who you're talking
Kimberly
about.
J. Brown's wedding feature made sense. She's a freaking actress.
No, we love her.
I know somebody who got one, and I was shocked that they got it, because I was like, not that like they're not like everyone. It's People Magazine. Like, what are we just giving? It felt like we're just giving them away now. Ooh. And that is so fresh.
That was fresh.
No, it is, because I feel like, okay, if you got it, then like, where is the bar? Because I feel like even if I were to ask that, they'd be like, absolutely not, Zachariah. Who the fuck are you?
Right.
But okay, then we could get one. I'm not even joking. Then we could get one.
Maybe we could.
This is getting too fresh.
Or we can just have Sandwich take a picture on a Polaroid.
Honestly, though, it's like you got to like put it like, do you want to give away one of the most private moments of your life for free vendors?
The private moments of my life do not happen in front of people.
Yeah, so why not we just give it away to theknot.com?
Yeah, it's happening in the bathroom.
Anyways.
Back to it. Oh, wait. So, I'm sorry. She was saying you can search the thing for the names, but SEO is getting so good now, everybody, that the wedding that I'm in, if you literally just search the first names and wedding, I'm not going to say it, but like the names are specific enough where the SEO will be like, okay, this wedding's coming up, and they'll push it to the top of the Google search. So it's really much easier than you would think.
I think you got to know the date or the location.
I didn't.
Okay. Well, our camper says I did this constantly. And when I mean constantly, I mean whenever someone posted on their Instagram, 128 days until I marry the love of my life, I will ask Siri, how far is 128 days from now? And I will immediately go to that website and look at their wedding website. The way that this is now going to be my hobby is disgusting because me and this camper, we are sharing souls here.
I also appreciate so far, like, she wants to know who's in the wedding party and like what's their tale. Like, don't even know some of these people, but I just need to know.
I mean, it's basically public information, she says. I thought everyone did this until very recently. So anyways, the other day, my boyfriend and I were hanging out, and a girl that I was in college sorority with posted about her wedding. So naturally, I'm on the wedding website 7 seconds later. My boyfriend looks over and says, do you even know this person? And I had to defend myself. Of course I know her. Have I spoke to her in 3 years? Yes, but maybe twice. But I am so supportive of her. She's having a beach wedding in San Diego.
And you know what? This is coming... That was so scary. What was that?
My vape.
Oh, cut that out. But I think that's so fun because she's literally coming from a place of like just being silly and like, oh my God, girl supporting girl. This is so Barbie movie.
I know. So anyway, Zach, I personally don't think it's weird that you looked at your coworker's wedding website. I mean, she posted it for the world to see, but if you're ever curious, you can pretty much find anyone's wedding information and become a wedding crasher. Don't fear. I have never and will never do that. I am just so curious who is in the bridal party and the drama if their friend is the maid of honor instead of their sister and whatnot. I am a little nervous for whenever I get married, though. I don't want randos looking at my website, aka exactly what I've been doing for years. So hopefully there is a privacy feature I can turn on for when that day comes. Love you both. The Secret Wedding Planner and Cabin 7. I love that you just brought a new feature to the knot.com. We need a privacy feature. So by your curiosity by nature and your nosiness, you're now pushing the needle in the wedding industry. And I need you to know that, camper, that you are doing God's work. Because if we don't get that privacy feature, okay, they need to work on that. But from now on, campers, we as a community can all be better sleuths to the people we barely know.
So how are they going to access it for the guests? It would have to be a password. And the password's going to be something easy for old people to type in. So it's going to be the date of the wedding. And I'm hacked.
The thing is, Google Drive's the same way, unless they have the permission for like only if you
for the IP
link.
Address.
Yeah, exactly. It's not as hard as you think it's going to be. And also, I had a friend post on Instagram this past week. I went to college with her. She said, 66 days until I marry the love of my life. And the first thing I thought about was this story. I said, oh my God, if I go into Google, find that day, I can find everything about it. And I didn't have time in that moment, but I still keep thinking about it. I need to research and see what her wedding's all about because I do want to see more information about it.
Yeah, well, we'll get to the bottom of it.
Yep. Thank you, camper, for spreading your gossip, spreading your truth, and just spreading us like a new hobby for the whole camp.
I do have a confession.
Forgive me, Jonathan, for I have sinned.
Okay, we're still in the confession canoe. Sorry, I have to adjust my gibbly bits. Okay, what's up, counselors?
Hey, y'all.
I hope you two are doing well. I don't know where this is coming from. I love the show, and I had a memory that I wanted to share with you guys. Picture this. The year is 2013. I'm 11 years old in 5th grade. How old is she now? That's a young camper.
What year was it?
2013. She was 11.
Yeah, I was 18. So she's 7 years younger than me, which means she's like 22.
Oh, so she was born after 9/11. Okay.
Is that your marker for life?
My marker, I have 2 major markers. Before 9/11, post 9/11, and then before Michael Jackson, after Michael Jackson. And I don't know why those have always stuck out to me. But I really measure life, I swear to God, like in between those dates.
I know it's your choice and it's your life. I think now for me, it's so pre-COVID, post-COVID.
Yeah, that's a major one too.
It's a major one.
But I feel like we're still amidst it. I think once I get far enough away, I'll start to.
Yeah, we're still in the heat. We're still in the throes.
Yeah.
Put a mask on.
Here we go. Okay, so picture this, 2013. I'm 11 years old in fifth grade. I was a fat kid. Food was happiness. And unfortunately, I'd gotten bullied for it. Sorry, not us giggling at that part.
No, because I was a fat kid. I'm laughing because I get it. And I'm still a fat kid.
It had been a long day at school. I can't remember exactly what happened, but I do know that I spent a good 20 minutes in the bathroom crying because of something someone said to me. Name them. Name them. I'm not above it. I had told my mom about this, and to make me feel better, that night for dinner, she ordered us pizza and got us some brownies from the pizza place for dessert. I was thrilled because those brownies were one of my favorite foods. I was so excited that I decided to sit on my apartment balcony so I could see the pizza guy roll up and walk to our apartment. She's just like ready. She's like, okay, 30 minutes or less, bitch. TikTok.
Yeah, she's like, listen, I'm hungry. I've had a bad day. I just want a brownie.
So she's literally on the apartment balcony and she watches as the food is delivered and the guy walks away. My mom looks at the order and realized they had forgot our brownies. Not a big deal. She was just going to call them and get a refund for the brownies. Me though, I was pissed. I was already having a bad day and those brownies were my only hope I had. So I decided to take my anger out on the pizza delivery guy. Whom, by the way, let's just hold on, put a pause on the story, who most likely, possibly, but most likely did not put this order together. Usually the delivery drivers are like, they come in, grab the order, go out, and they're like, it's cyclical for them, right? So the people who forgot your brownies wasn't this driver. Okay, let's keep that in mind. I went back out to the balcony and noticed he was sitting in his car still, texting. I took a picture of the delivery guy in his car texting and decided to call the pizza place that he works at to inform them that their employee was texting while driving and swerving all over the road.
Oh my God.
The woman at the pizza place had me repeat my story to a manager.
She said it twice with conviction.
She said, and I'll say it again. Also, I have a picture. What's your email? Like, I will send you the picture. So the manager apologized and told me that they would take care of it. I thought that was the end of it until an hour later when I got a call back from the restaurant. Apparently, when the manager confronted him about the situation, the delivery guy claimed that he was only texting while parked outside of our house, which was true. But the manager took my call very seriously and didn't believe the delivery guy, who was fired on the spot.
Oh no.
Apparently, at that particular pizza chain, they had a safety first policy, and according to my claim, he broke it. They also had a no lying policy, and according to her, he broke that one too. He's like he didn't forget the brownies. He wasn't texting and driving. And also he wasn't lying. But this poor guy is just really getting hit with it. So then our camper goes on to say, I was shocked. Not only was I shocked that she fired him, but I was shocked that she called me back to inform me. Like, wait, that is kind of shocking.
That is weird yeah, that is weird.
But I think that's like how serious they were taking the situation, because
clearly.
she was saying he was driving and causing like chaos on the streets. Okay, so to this day, I have never told anyone about this. I think about this story often and I cringe. The things I did for food. I'm happy to say I'm way healthier as an adult, and if this happened to me today, I definitely would not get someone fired. To the pizza delivery guy, I am so sorry you lost your job. Signed, the Brownie Karen in cabin 9. And you know what? That was 2013 and this is now. That is your marker for life. You know, you had your time before that delivery and then your marker after it. And we're changed and we're thankful for it. But yeah, that sucks to be that pizza guy.
Yeah, and you know what? That was a bad call. And we're going to go on record and say you made the wrong call there. But all you can do is just move on.
You were 11.
Do you remember there was a meal? I had a really bad day and I ordered something and it came in wrong or it was missing.
Yes.
And it was the cherry on the cake. I get it. When you've had an awful day and you're looking like sometimes, like for me, food is a comfort. And that's just my relationship with food. Like when I'm sad, I want to eat. When I'm happy, I want to eat. I just always want to eat. And I had a really bad day once and I ordered something very specific. I think it was Taco Bell. Remember?
Yeah.
And you didn't come in and then you tried to give me your burrito.
Yeah, and it pissed you off even more.
I was like, I eat it. I'm sorry. I was so fresh. I was upset. That was a really bad day. So like as someone like you, Camper, like I'm validating your feelings. But I didn't call Taco Bell and get anyone fired. I will say that. So I know there was always a line and you crossed it. And
I see you for it. And
I see you.
And we respect you more because you've grown.
Yeah, we'll forgive you of your sins. We'll baptize you in the river by the blob.
Hey girlies, I'm Cody Rigsby.
And I'm Andrew Chappelle.
We're here to announce our brand new podcast,
Tactful Pettiness, now on Podcast One.
We have a lot of opinions. Flip-flops in New York City? You don't love yourself.
If I'm not seated, I'm not tipping.
Do I want to see a picture of your baby?
No. If I have to scroll more than 10 seconds, he's not cute.
Settling gets you an ugly boyfriend. So we're going to help you out.
We sure are, because we have the life expertise.
We have mastered throwing shade with intention.
We are in the business of helping you find and keep your man.
And we're here to teach you the fine art of tactful pettiness.
Join us each week as we traverse the world of pop culture,
Chat with our celebrity friends,
and show you how to accept yourself without taking life too seriously.
Get new episodes of Tactful Pettiness with me, Cody Rigsby.
And me, Andrew Chappelle.
Every Thursday on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and anywhere you get your podcasts.
Stay petty, bestie.
Scary stories around the campfire.
Welcome back to Scary Stories Around the Campfire.
It's so smoky. There's smoke in my eyes. I can't freaking see.
I actually hate that.
Oh my God,
It makes me pissed.
I'm sorry. When I sit around the campfire and smoke starts blowing in my eyes, so then I'm like, oh, let me get up and move over here to this other log. What does the smoke do? It's just attracted to me.
I think smoke is homophobic because I feel the same way.
And it just keeps coming, and there's no rhyme or reason. Did you know that the movement of a flame is one of the only scientific things that doesn't have a specific pattern to it? Because so many things in nature do, but the pattern of a flame doesn't. And I think that's spooky, that's eerie, and that's why we're in Scary Stories.
The way that you're educating the masses right now,
Period.
you need to congratulate yourself, because I'm going to congratulate you right now. Congrats.
Take me to MIT.
I will. We'll take you right after this, and I'll get you a small cup of soft serve.
A cup of
Vanilla bean for Jonathan.
Wait, not all your friends roasting me when we went out for ice cream with them a couple weeks ago. I said, nobody wanted to play Monopoly Deal with me. And I'm going to stand here with my cup. I held my cup like out of sight because I'm taller than all of you short bitches. Yeah, that's right. Doesn't feel good, does it? And everyone's like going around, what did you get? What did you get? Oh my God, cake batter, coffee, rum raisin. Jonathan, what'd you get?
No one got rum raisin.
Vanilla.
And then
Silence.
And then everyone goes, I put hot fudge on it. I put hot fudge on it.
And I did. And I think I got what I wanted and I really enjoyed myself. And everybody's shitting on me.
It's just funny.
It is funny,
just
isn't
funny
it?
that your
It's
favorite
hilarious.
ice cream is vanilla.
I like it how I like it.
I know. Okay, so this scary story starts off. Hi, Zachariah and Jonathan. First, let me start off by saying how much I love the show. I've been listening to every episode all the way through at least twice.
Wow.
I love that you guys make us campers feel like we're just hanging out and you make me laugh hysterically. That's sweet. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anywho, let's cut to the chase. This literally happened less than 24 hours ago.
Oh, freshy.
So the shock and mortification and the hit to my pride are still extremely fresh. Okay, to set the scene. My husband and I had been out until the wee hours of the morning attending a going away party for a friend of ours that is moving several hours away. Started at a restaurant, moved to a bar, then an after party type setting at a friend's house. That's like the best night. It just keeps going. I love that.
And you have like a solid plan.
Yeah. So needless to say, the drinks were a-flowing. We ended up not making it home until around 4 a.m. I know, they're out. At which time your girl was feeling a little frisky. Girl, go off. I'd be dead at that point. She's like, no, I'm horny. In part due to the fact that it had now become her anniversary.
Oh.
Okay. She said, let's get it cracking. Halfway through the canoodling, I decided it would be a great idea to video my husband and I in the act. Something I honestly don't ever do that often.
I don't ever do that often.
Was it just the alcohol lowering my inhibitions? Was it a sex-crazed spirit possessing me? I fear we may never know the true reason why I made that fateful decision to make a video of us having drunken anniversary sex. But nevertheless, that's exactly what I did. After we both immediately fell asleep. I woke up several hours later to nothing unusual. A few texts, snaps, missed call from my dad, no big deal. Nothing to indicate that my bits and bobs were just casually floating out there in the Snapchat realm.
Oh no.
I was mindlessly scrolling TikTok when I got a text from one of my close guy friends, we'll call him George, who said, did you mean to post that video to your story? That is so crazy. I'm going to start texting my friends that randomly as a joke.
No, that is so... No, you got to FaceTime call them.
Yeah.
FaceTime say, oh my God, did you mean to post that?
At first, I was confused because even though I had posted several things to my Snap story throughout the shenanigans of the night, I didn't remember posting any videos. I asked if he was referring to the last photo I posted, to which his response was, oh no. Immediately, I ran to Snapchat as fast as my thumbs could carry me to see that I had not only posted a video of myself and my husband doing a little dance, making a little love, getting down tonight. The clip was 30 seconds long, which in Snapchat world might as well be a full-length feature film. I had essentially posted a sex tape the length of Gone with the Wind to my Snapchat story for all my friends to see, and it had been up for several hours.
Oh, if this was at Blockbuster, a Snapchat Blockbuster, that would come on 2 VHSs.
I couldn't even bring myself to check and see how many people had viewed it. I chose to be blissfully unaware of who had now seen me in my birthday suit in all its glory in the midst of doing the deed. That is like actually crazy. Like it sounds like you're reading and you're like, oh my God, that's just, but like if you put yourself in that position, that is nuts. Like full punani out, Yabo's yaboing.
Would you want to know who saw it or not? I feel like
I would. I literally would. I need to know every detail. I'm such a control freak. Even in like a mess, I'm like, no, I need to know.
Yeah, because what are you going to do for the rest of your life? You're going to walk into a family party and be like, who here saw my pussy?
Like if it was my Snapchat, like I know Mia DeMarco would have seen it.
Oh yeah,
Mia DeMarco has Snapchat Premium.
Yeah,
okay?
She's a Snapchat queen.
She would have been like, she would text me in the morning, been like, Zach, the poll is online and it's at half mass. Also, you may be wondering how one accidentally posts a 30-second video of them having sex to a Snapchat story.
You were drunk, say no more.
For some reason, which I'm metaphorically kicking myself for now, when I go to take a video of anything, I end up doing it in the Snap app. I know people like that who like instantly do everything in Snap versus camera. I know
think
people like that.
Back when like the iPhone 6 came out or something, there was a myth, and I don't even know if it was a myth, but they were like, the Snapchat app takes better photos than the camera app. So I would do the same thing back then. I would literally take all my photos, save them, and not post them on Snapchat.
Yeah, so I can understand why you would do that for sure. I think in my 7 sheets to the wind state I was in, I recorded the video and just threw the phone to the side and must have rolled over onto it in a kerfuffle, which pressed the add to story button, then proceeded to collapse into the deeper slumber of someone who is blissfully unaware they Ray J / Kim Kardashian themselves without the payout and added bonus of skyrocketing to meteoric fame.
What?
I think she meant like the fame of a meteor. Like
a meteor rock. Oh yeah. It's just
Meteoric.
like it goes really fast and it burns up and it sizzles.
No, because this camper's a clever writer and I'm just stupid. I am beyond mortified and don't remember the last time I've been this embarrassed, but I'm hoping one day I'll recover from this devastating blow. The only consolation is that once my heart rate returned to normal after the sudden adrenaline rush of dealing with that fiasco, I immediately thought, I need to submit this for scary stories. The Mortified Maggie and Cabin 13.
Oh my God, wait. I literally totally forgot that this just happened.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this whole, in my head, I'm like, oh, okay, so this probably happened a while ago. Oh my God, the dust hasn't settled.
The dust hasn't settled and she's settling it here at camp. She sent it right in. She's like, okay, this is hard-hitting news.
Well, camper, thank you. Happy anniversary. We're simply a couple days late.
Yeah.
But we appreciate being at top of mind when something embarrassing like this happens. At least we have that to giggle over, right?
It's
and
true.
You know what? This too shall pass. F it. You know? Well, you did. And we just, the dust will settle and we'll move on. And one day, I don't know if it's just yet, but you'll be giggling about it. You'll be giggling.
You know what? And if they didn't like it, they're a prude. Everyone gets down and gets freaky. And I'm happy that you guys have a healthy sexual relationship. Okay. Let's celebrate that win. And happy anniversary.
Yeah, we will be posting it on our Instagram.
Do you have a scary story as well?
I do.
Let's hear it.
Spooky. Hi, counselors. First of all, let me tell you that I struggle to listen to any podcast because I have severe ADHD. But with yours, I feel right at home. I used to have to call my BFF to distract me when I clean my house or do laundry. And now I have you guys. I feel complete. Thank you so. Oh my God. It's like, we're your BFFs. Oh my God. If your BFF is listening to this, she's probably pissed at us. Sorry, girl. Now on to my story. Prior to getting married to my amazing husband, I was new to Scottsdale, Arizona, and spent some time on dating apps during the pandemic. I had gone on 2 dates with this guy, and something felt off, but had already committed to a third. I also just want to say our camper in this story is leaning on, like, I already committed. Like, this is a camper of their word, okay? So it's just like, if you start to question, well, then why did you continue with this? We're loyal. We're like reliable. And our camper had already put her word in.
Yeah, I think she just goes along for the bit in the story. And that's how we got this story.
I know there's one part in the story I'm like, dude, we have to continue. Okay, but we'll get there when we get there. Okay, so I had already committed to a third, plus it was COVID and I was bored. There you go. For context, I already had my running shoes on because earlier that week I had smoked some weed and decided to adopt a dog.
That is one of the craziest sentences we've ever read on the podcast.
You can't say for context and then not give us context.
My running shoes were already on, and I was like, I smoke weed, I'm gonna get a dog. It's like, girl, go off.
I love it. I was 32 at the time, employed and lonely in a new city during the pandemic. So why not? I get it. Like a new city, you know?
And we need companionship.
Exactly. I drove 7 hours to go see you. Here's a red flag. He tried all day to talk me out of getting a dog, calling me nonstop to try to get me to come to a bar with him. He continuously insisted that this was a decision we needed to make together. Sir, we haven't even had our third date. You can sit all the way down.
Yeah, okay, you don't even give me your feedback. Like, what? That's too comfortable too soon.
Mind you, this man had waited until our second date after our second date to inform me via text message that he had a whole ass child from a previous relationship.
I just don't think you have a say in someone else getting a dog when you have a kid and you're not even disclosing that until date number 2.
Via text message. I feel like that is a conversation to have face to face in person.
I feel like you just need to tell people up front if you have kids.
Yeah.
I just think that's something you say to somebody.
Yeah, that for your best interest, for your kids' best interest, for their best interest. Like you just have to be responsible.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, I actually am in between apartments right now and I'm living with my mom. Like that's something you could possibly hide, but like this is a full child.
Yeah, that is now a part of the picture.
Yeah, and guess what? We have custody of the kid and he's behind the camera and we're making him work. And that's not fun for anybody. Lift it up higher.
Nobody clip that. We're going to get canceled. So our camper goes on to say that she ended up adopting the puppy. So for the third date, which again, remember, is already a commitment, she invited this man to her apartment because she didn't want to leave the puppy home alone. Makes sense.
Yeah.
But that's the reason why we're here at the house. When I went to greet him at the elevator, I already knew things were going to go terribly wrong. As the doors opened, I saw him standing there with a guitar on his back. Initially, I thought, no. I am someone who gets so uncomfortable at even an open mic night, let alone a performance where I am the only audience. But I just said, wow, you brought your guitar with a strange smile. That is so true. It's so like, if someone plays an instrument for you and it's just you two, the only thing I'm thinking about is, am I doing the right thing with my face? Am I smiling enough? Should I be like tapping my leg to the beat of the song? Should I be lip syncing along? Should I harmonize, or is that out of the question?
It's never happened to me. Has it happened to you?
Never happened to me either, and I really hope it doesn't.
Oh, I hope not either. But honestly, I feel like this only happens to straight women.
Yeah, because it's
gay men don't do that.
No, they would be like,
they're like, watch what I can do with my asshole. It's like very different, you guys.
Yeah, it's like gaping.
Yeah, but I will say, like, having someone play an instrument for you, it does sound like an absolute nightmare.
Oh yeah, and when does it end?
And I also am that same type where it's like at an open mic, I'm like so uncomfortable. I'm like, please just do well. I don't want to do this.
I know. Okay, so we walked down the hall and I was extremely uncomfortable, but he came in, set the guitar down in the corner, and we went ahead with our at-home dinner date.
Cute.
I want to know what you ate. As I was cleaning up, I couldn't stop thinking about the guitar, which was calling out from the corner to be played. I had already decided this wasn't my guy. See, this is the part where I'm like, okay, now we're doing it for the bit because we could have just like, ended the night, but we're bored.
He brought the guitar. Bored. The guitar is coming out.
He brought the guitar. It's 2020. She's in a new city. What else is she going to do, right?
And that felt like a musical year. People were picking up instruments left and right.
Oh my God. I was playing the tambourine every day.
I was longboarding. We don't know who that was back then.
Yeah. When I met you, Zach had a longboard and I was like, whoa, are you into boy? I love how she's like, the guitar is calling out from the corner to be played. She's like, so are you gonna play it?
Oh, she brought it up?
Yes.
Oh, she's a sicko.
That's what I'm saying. No, we love you, Camper. And he asked me for a request. Now, this grown man put a guitar in a case, drove 30 minutes to me, brought it up to my apartment, and he wanted me to think he didn't have a song that was practiced 4 hours in mind. I knew he knew what he wanted to play, so I replied, musician's choice, and he obliged. Excellently executed sentence there, Camper.
Yeah, he had an idea.
He pulled out his phone to get full lyrics. Okay, azlyrics.com. And he sat down on my couch, ready to play. Now, I'm a millennial, 35-year-old woman who loves music, especially anything that brings me nostalgia. So when he started to play, I could immediately identify the song, Howie Day, Collide.
You and I collide.
Love that song. What was that in? I haven't heard that in so long.
Quiet, you know. That is actually such an insane song to pick.
Somehow find you and I. That was so Grey's Anatomy. Like, it's up there with The Fray.
It's just like such a funny choice though, because it's almost like it's very pick me.
And it's also 2020, so it's not like that's like a radio song that's been off the radio.
Yeah, but he knows what he's doing. It's a millennial. He said, I'm going to pick a fan favorite. And we instantly knew.
We did. And here we are talking about it. Now, another thing to know is my apartment faced out to a courtyard with other apartments. It was a nice night out, so my door was open because I was potty training my puppy and wanted to leave it open to encourage her to go on the mat outside. Makes total sense. But 30 seconds into Collide, I knew I made a grave error of judgment. His performance was so incredibly loud. All I could think of is that every neighbor in that courtyard knew what I was experiencing in real time. He was not very talented at singing or playing, but it takes confidence to do anything like that. So bold. So I give him props where props are due.
True.
Okay, we got to do what we got to do. Unfortunately for him, my dog did not feel the same. While he stared and strummed, my anxiety heightened. I didn't know where to look, and my puppy started to become activated with sensing how uncomfortable I was. I had an all-white aesthetic apartment, and she had been so good at her potty training, but that was all about to change. He was singing his soul out when all hell broke loose. My dog started going insane, barking, and then had violent diarrhea all over my white rug and walls. You may think that would stop him, but a true artist is trained to play in any environment. He continued on to his song.
No, the dog is shitting. He's like, Collide. The dog's literally squirting Hershey all over the carpet.
Somehow find
you and oh my god, that is for our camper. This is sensory overload.
No, this is absolutely, and the neighbors, every neighbor's outside because we're social distancing and listening to this through the open port.
Oh yeah, they're bored.
After what felt like the longest 4 minutes and 9 seconds of my life, he finished playing. Finally, I awkwardly clapped and I looked around at the aftermath. She was like, I'm literally clapping. Like, I would have made him stop. Sir, I picked up my dog poop while lying through my teeth to tell him how great it was. Then I selected the most boring documentary I could find to put on. I pretended I fell asleep because I was at a loss of what to do. He was poking me to wake me, and it was my turn to test my acting skills because there was no way I was letting this guy get lucky. He finally gave up on trying to wake me. I peeked through the bottom of my eyelids to watch him pick up his weapon of choice, place it on his back, and walk off into the soft glow of the Arizona desert night. I never answered his calls again, but for the remainder of my lease, the office would sign every email reply for any request, quote, until we next collide. So I think everybody in the building had heard it, and they were all like, collide, girl.
That's insane.
It's better than puppy poopy girl. To this day, I cannot listen to that song because it makes me hot with embarrassment. And she was so embarrassed, she couldn't even sign off. She said, I gotta go, bye. Damn, camper. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. That was quite the tale.
It's so ridiculous. Just like overwhelmingly awful. But you had a great story from that, and that's hysterical.
And if you have a great story and you want us to read it, you can go to campcounselorspodcast.com or send us an email at campcounselorspod@gmail.com.
We love you so much, campers. We'll see you this week. We'll see you next week. We'll see you forever. And with that being said, lights out, campers.